Krishna, Christ Guru, God, Krishna, Christ Guru, God, Krishna, Christ Guru, God, Krishna, Christ Guru. I surrender to thee, I surrender to thee, I surrender to thee, I surrender to thee, God, Krishna, Christ Gurus, God, Krishna, Christ Gurus, God, Krishna, Christ Gurus, God, Krishna, Christ Gurus.
Aloha, y'all. It's the White Magical Tiger, right back at you with another beautiful video. Okay, I want you to visualize success. I want you to visualize your future. We are made in the imagination of God. We are made in the image of God. And a lot of people, they don't use their creative ability. The Gnostics, the knowers, they have this word called luminous epinoia. Luminous epinoia is that spark. It's that spark of the Creator that allows you to imagine, essentially. And the soulless ones, the ones that are the fallen angels, the dead light, the demons, the Nephilim, they don't have this luminous epinoia. They don't have this ability to create. They just have the ability to pervert and flip the divine, whatever is sacred. That's why they take the pentagram and they flip it upside down. That's why they take the cross and they flip it upside down, because that's all they do. They just take the divine, the sacred, and they flip it. Now, what I want you to do is, what does success mean to you? Does it mean having a healthy body? If it's so, visualize yourself, your future self. If you've got a lot of weight that you want to lose, visualize yourself losing that weight and being in shape. If you want to get more muscle, visualize yourself being muscular. Just let your imagination run. Like, who cares? Like, who cares whether you think it's real or not? Just play around with it and just visualize that future self of what you'd want to look like. Because it's incredible, y'all. Because what I'm saying is, it's very, very likely that if you keep up doing that and you keep doing those visualizations every day, throughout the day, for weeks, for months, for years, you'll probably get there. You'll probably essentially convince your conscious mind, your subconscious mind, your super conscious mind, all of them. And yeah, eventually it'll come true. If you want it bad enough, if it's making a lot of money, becoming financially successful, financially free, financially independent, whatever it is, what does that look like to you? And essentially, is that like a big boat, like a yacht, a private jet? Is that like a supercar, a luxurious car? Is that being able to go to a fancy restaurant and take the bill and pay for all your friends and family? Is that being able to live in a mansion? Is that being able to live on the coast, have a ski house, whatever it is? Visualize that. Let your imagination run. Don't limit your imagination. But is this stuff going to make you happy? Are having all the material things that you want and the body, is that the body that you want, is that going to make you happy? Probably not, y'all. I know it sounds dope to have like super ripped, chiseled body, six-pack abs and super jacked and all that, and private jet boat, or you don't even have to have all that. Just it doesn't take that much to become financially free and live a simple lifestyle. But ultimately, there are people that have that and they're miserable. What's that one person that's coming to mind? They used to call him the king of Instagram. It's not even worth mentioning his name. I'm glad I don't know it. Anyways, he had tons of money, tons and tons of money. All he did was party, and essentially everything I told you. He had a lot of muscle, partied all the time, got all the babes that he wanted, but he wasn't happy. He wasn't happy. It's because he didn't have God. He wasn't co-creating with the Creator. So if you want to really visualize your success, visualize those things I told you, like, so be it, but don't chase the illusion too hard, because ultimately those are not the things that are gonna make you happy. The happiness comes from God. And so it's best to visualize yourself helping God. And what way is that going to be? Is that going to be through the path of karma yoga, where you're helping your community, where you're helping your friends, your family, your brothers and sisters in spirit, your spiritual brothers and sisters, those individuals who love God? Is it the path of bhakti yoga, the path of loving devotion, of opening your heart up through prayer, through worship, through song? Is it the path of Gnana Yoga, which is the path of knowing? It's the path of gnosis. And that can be through watching YouTube videos like this, studying. It's through reading the Bhagavad Gita, which is known as the Hindu Bible. It means the Song of God, the Holy Bible, the teachings of Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ. There's a lot of other spiritual texts, but those are two classics, and the two most that I recommend the most. They're timeless, and essentially they're teaching the same thing, which is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. John 8:32 says, "Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." Now, I gotta say, on the Bible, there's a lot of lies in there. There's a lot of deception in there, but there's also a lot of truth in there. The eternal truth is within there. The whole thing's not truth, though. You gotta have the spirit of truth and use your discernment and figure out what is true and what is untruth. And so then you got Raja Yoga, which is the path of the meditative yogi. And essentially it's like visualizing yourself meditating and seeking first. Jesus Christ says in Matthew 6:22, "Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you." Then he says in the Gospel of Luke chapter 17 verse 21, "Behold, the kingdom of God is within you." So he tells us, numero uno, seek first the kingdom of God. Then he tells us the kingdom of God is within us. So visualize yourself meditating. And then what does heaven look like to you? What I did last night was I visualized Jesus Christ on the cross being murdered. And then I visualized him resurrecting from the dead, rising from the dead. And then I was just like, all right, what does heaven look like? And then I was like, all right, a bunch of white light. And then I imagined like a throne and like Jesus Christ sitting on there, and it being like a judgment day. You can imagine angels, whatever it is. Just let your imagination run wild, and you can ask God for help. Like, what does heaven look like? And y'all, I had an incredible dream. Like, I was doing this right before I fell asleep, and my dream was pretty magical, y'all. It was pretty heavenly. And so this visualization is a huge part, y'all. Another thing you can do is you can imagine that you're a star, like your body is a star, and like, what would that look like? What would that look like a star within you? Like, how bright would that be? How bright would that white light be? And then shine that from your heart space, shine that into your room, into your house, wherever you are. Just let your imagination run wild and shine as bright as you can. Shine the light of God. Feel the love of God within you. Use the luminous epinoia, that creative spark, that creative ability, that gift of God that is within you, that spark of the Creator. If we do this every day, y'all, together, visualizing this success, whether the material stuff, honestly, it's kind of secondary, y'all. Primary is the heavenly stuff. Visualize heaven. What would heaven on earth look like? Would it be a big property with a ton of fruit trees and a big garden with your friends and family and children running around and playing music and singing and meditating and just having fun, just pure fun, being sober-minded, being pure in heart, pure in mind? What does that look like? Visualize that, meditate on that, journal about it, create a vision board about it if you need to. Because people's vision boards is like big house, nice car, all these material things, very little spiritual things. I'm saying like do both. Do both. Do your vision board with material things, but I would say more importantly, do your vision board spiritual things. How do you make heaven on earth? because heaven is within us. So how are you going to access the heaven within? I talk about this in a lot of my videos. Now, I haven't been there, but I have faith I'm going in the right direction, y'all. And I highly recommend the teachings of Paramahansa Yogananda. You can start off with his book, Autobiography of a Yogi. Absolutely changed my life, and it's changed thousands of other lives, if not millions of other people, y'all. It's a profound book. It's a living book. It's got the spirit of truth within it. So yeah, y'all, thank you for listening to this video. If you enjoy these videos and you feel the calling in your heart to make a financial contribution, a donation, thank you for doing so. Thank you for liking the video, sharing it with your other friends and family who resonate with truth, because we don't want to cast pearls before swine, y'all. A lot of people don't like the truth. But if you have friends or family that love the truth, share this video with them, and then subscribe to the channel, because ultimately I feel like what we should all be doing is submitting to the Lord, following the Lord. So if submitting to the Lord, to God, and following Jesus Christ, if these videos are going to help you do that, then subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell. And with that, y'all, may God bless all y'all, and have a beautiful day. Amen.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare